Attention passionate Kansas City CHIFS fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Kansas City Chiefs' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Kansas City Chiefs fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Kansas City CHIFS FANS. Let's get to the news. Alright, folks, buckle up because today we're diving deep into a story that's been brewing for quite some time now, but has recently reached a new level of significance. It's about the legendary tight end Travis Kelce, a player who's been nothing short of a cornerstone for the Kansas City Chiefs, not just on the field, but in the hearts of Chiefs Kingdom everywhere. And trust me, this isn't just another off-season rumor or fleeting speculation. No, what we're seeing now is a countdown, a ticking clock, marking the days until Kelce's final chapter in the NFL. That's right, a countdown that's got everyone talking, from fans to analysts, from players to front offices. The question isn't just about if Kelce will retire, but when, and what that means for the Chiefs moving forward. For months now, there's been talk swirling around Kelce's future. Ever since his impressive Super Bowl run, let's not forget, Kelce has been instrumental in not just elevating his game, but also elevating the entire Chiefs' offense. His chemistry with Patrick Mahomes is legendary, almost poetic in how it's developed over the years. But as is often the case with NFL legends, the inevitable question arises: how much longer can Kelce keep this up? And more importantly, what happens when he decides to hang up his cleats? It's a bittersweet feeling, isn't it? Chiefs fans have celebrated his incredible plays, his clutch catches, his leadership both on and off the field. But deep down, many of us know that every game, every season could be the last of Kelce's illustrious career, and that brings with it a sense of nostalgia and urgency. Recently, Kelce himself addressed the rumors, making a statement that he plans to return for one more season. One more run, one last shot at chasing another Super Bowl ring before he steps away from the game that's given him so much. It's a decision that's been met with a mixture of joy and sadness. Joy because Chiefs fans get to cherish his talents just a little while longer, and sadness because everyone knows that his departure will leave a void that's hard to fill. Kelce's resume, it's practically Hall of Fame bound. He's become one of the most decorated tight ends in NFL history, with record-breaking stats, multiple Pro Bowls, All-Pro honors, and of course, that Super Bowl MVP trophy. He's the kind of player who redefines what a tight end can be, blending size, speed, hands, and football IQ in ways that often leave defenders looking helpless. But as much as we want to celebrate Kelce's ongoing career, the reality is that the Chiefs need to start thinking about life after him. And that's where things get interesting. Because while Kelce is focused on finishing strong, Kansas City's management and coaching staff are already looking ahead. Patrick Mahomes, the franchise quarterback who's been the face of the team and arguably the best player in the league today, is still in his prime. We're talking about a guy who, at just 28 years old, has already achieved so much: 2 MVP awards, a Super Bowl MVP, and countless record-breaking performances. Mahomes has plenty of football left in him, and the Chiefs are smart enough to realize that they can't just rely on Kelce forever. They need to build for the future, find that next young tight end, develop him, and prepare for the day when Kelce finally calls it quits. This brings us to an interesting debate among experts and fans alike. Who should be the next tight end for Kansas City? Well, one name that's been gaining traction recently is Michael Mayer, the talented tight end from Notre Dame, who was drafted by the Las Vegas Raiders in the 2023 NFL Draft. Now, Mayer isn't a household name just yet, but he's got all the tools to become a star. He's big, athletic, and has good hands, traits that could make him a perfect fit in Andy Reid's offense. The problem is, Mayer hasn't quite found his footing in the league yet. He's been dealing with some inconsistency, partly due to the Raiders' own struggles and shifting offensive schemes. But make no mistake, Mayer was considered one of the best tight ends in this draft class, and many scouts saw him as a future #1 target. Now here's where things get really intriguing. Some analysts, like Anthony Palacios from Last Word on Sports, have suggested that the Chiefs should think outside the box, even across division lines, to secure their future at tight end. Palacios argues that the Chiefs might consider trading for Mayer, or at least making a move to acquire a young, promising talent who can step into the role once Kels is gone. The logic makes sense. Kels's departure will create a void, and the Chiefs shouldn't wait until that void becomes a crisis. They need to be proactive, and acquiring Mayer could be a strategic move, especially considering Mahomes' ability to elevate his targets and make even less experienced players look like stars. Of course, convincing the Raiders to trade Mayer to their division rival wouldn't be a walk in the park. The Raiders are in a bit of a rebuilding phase themselves, trying to find their identity under new coaching and management. They might see Mayer as a key piece for their future, and giving him away to the Chiefs could be a hard pill to swallow. But that's the NFL. Business is business, and sometimes strategic trades can benefit both teams. The Chiefs, with their proven coaching staff led by Andy Reid, have a knack for developing players and making them into reliable offensive weapons. Reid's offensive schemes are known for their creativity and adaptability, and he has a proven track record of getting the most out of tight ends, whether it's Travis Kelce or any young player stepping into that role. What makes this entire situation even more compelling is the timeline. Kelce has indicated he's returning for just one more season. That means the Chiefs need to start planning now, not next year. They need to identify the next guy, develop him, and integrate him into their system so that when Kelce finally steps away, the transition is as seamless as possible. It's a challenge, no doubt, but it's also an opportunity. The Chiefs have always been a team that's forward-thinking, that plans ahead, and that doesn't wait until the last minute to make key moves. Looking at the broader picture, the Chiefs' current roster is a mix of veteran leadership and young talent. Mahomes is in his prime, and with him at the helm, the team is always a contender. The defense has been solid, and the coaching staff, under Andy Reid, continues to innovate and adapt. But the offense, especially the tight end position, is one of the last remaining puzzle pieces to solidify for the future. Kelce's presence on the field is irreplaceable, but his absence, once it happens, will demand that the team find someone who can fill that leadership role and produce at a high level. And let's not forget the emotional aspect. Kelce isn't just a player, he's a symbol of the Chiefs' success over the past few years. His story from undrafted free agent to Super Bowl champion and one of the best to ever do it at his position is inspiring. Fans have grown attached to him, and rightfully so. Watching him play has been a privilege, and many of us hope that he can go out on a high note, perhaps with another Super Bowl victory or at least a memorable farewell season. But the reality is, the NFL is a business, and the team's future has to be prioritized. So, what's next for the Kansas City Chiefs? Well, they'll need to evaluate their roster, start scouting potential replacements, and consider strategic trades or draft picks to ensure they're prepared. The draft is coming up, and it's always a prime opportunity to find that hidden gem who can develop into a reliable target for Mahomes. The free agency market, too, might hold some surprises. Veteran tight ends who are looking for one last shot at a ring or younger players eager to make their mark. In the end, this story is about legacy, transition, and vision. Kelce's era has been nothing short of extraordinary, and his impact will be felt for years to come. But the Chiefs, as a franchise, are always looking ahead. They understand that greatness isn't just about one player, it's about building a sustainable, competitive team that can contend year after year. Kelce's departure marks the end of a chapter, yes, but also the beginning of a new one. Team's front office, coaching staff, and fans all have a role to play in shaping that future. The next tight end, the next star, the next leader, these are the pieces that will keep the Chiefs at the top of the league. And now, Kansas City Chiefs fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think the team should trade for Michael Mayer or look elsewhere? Who do you see as the ideal successor to Kelce? And how do you feel about Kelce's impending retirement? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Kansas City Chiefs. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Kansas City Chiefs news. We're in this journey together, and the best is yet to come for Chiefs Kingdom. Thanks for being part of this adventure, and remember, every game, every play, every win is a testament to the passion and dedication of fans like you. Let's keep supporting our team, no matter what challenges lie ahead. Because at the end of the day, we're all in this together, cheering for the same team, dreaming of more Super Bowls, and celebrating the legacy of the Kansas City Chiefs.